The Finance and
I just love that song.
That's perfect timing.
That's my phone.
Timing. I turned mine off, just
I
so you know.
usually do, I'm sorry.
Well, we should start meetings like that all the time. That would be okay.
Who plays
Thing is, I forget to turn it back on when I walk out of here, that's the
Okay.
problem.
the
I leave mine on.
Okay. The Finance and Human Resources meeting is called to order on Wednesday, March 29th at 6:00 PM. Could I have a roll call, please?
Alderperson Kastner?
Present.
Alderperson Bailey?
Present.
Alderperson Sarian?
Present, thank you. Item 2, approval of the January 11th, 2023 Finance and Human Resources Committee meeting
I'll
minutes.
make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 3, discussion and decision to approve revised job description and pay range for Public Safety Equipment Specialist, Police Department, effective May 1st, 2023. Chief Johnson.
So 3, 4, and 5, too, just in 6 are all sort of related as a result of the reshuffling of some personnel issues, so it may be good to take them all together. Is
Okay.
that fair? Yeah.
Item 4, discussion and decision to approve revised job description and pay range for Police Office Supervisor effective May 1st, 2023. Item 5, discussion and decision to approve revised job description and pay range for CIB Administrative Assistant and change position title to CIB Administrative Specialist effective May 1st, 2023. Item 6, discussion and decision to approve revised pay rate for part-time police services specialist investigator, effective May 1st, 2023. Chief Johnson.
Okay, thank you. Ray's gonna get mad at me, but this is kind of the, my mantra is the quarter of the ham story, you know what that is? Where this little girl grew up, right? And every
that's nice.
Easter, her parents' mom cooked a ham. And every Easter, she cut a quarter of it and threw it in the garbage. So when she got married and got older, she did the same thing. And her husband said after the 3rd year, "Why do you keep on throwing away a quarter of the ham?" And she goes, "I don't know." So she called her mom to find out and said, "Mom, why'd you always throw a quarter of the ham away?" She said, "Because it didn't fit in the pan." So the moral of the story is that we sometimes do things the same over and over again because we just always done it that way. I think with the help of Julie and redoing a lot of job descriptions because they were very, very outdated. I think Frank Springhoff was on a lot of those, and they're right 20, 25 years old, if not more. We started to look at all of our positions, as you guys know, and staying competitive with the dispatchers, with the clerical, getting them to the point where they're not tempted to leave by other agencies, other municipalities that are paying more. So to start off, our public safety equipment specialist is planning to retire sometime August, September of this year. When Ray and I sat down with the command staff, we started to look at all the numbers and the money, and we for whatever reason, his wages were not in line with the similar positions throughout the city. That being like a DPW laborer with a CDL. He was making as much as a 2-year police officer. So in conversations with Julie and looking at the big picture, we wanted to decrease that salary for that job to be more in line with other positions within the city, and then utilize that decreased amount of money then to compensate other people who are doing above and beyond. And those are the 3 other positions we're asking for. We are changing the title of the bureau specialist because she has so much more duties than just a regular clerk. Our administrative assistant office manager, she does above and beyond anybody. She knows everything. She takes care of basically everything. She just doesn't have my title. She does a ton of stuff for us. And then our, as Alderperson Bailey probably will tell you, our investigator that we hired a while ago, he does all of our backgrounds. So no detectives, well, unless he's so far back, but as to my knowledge, and Ray can correct me if I'm wrong, has done all of our backgrounds, which are CSOs, clerks, dispatchers, police officers, which saves tons of time and lets our cops and our detectives work and work on cases so they don't fall too far behind. So throwing that all together into a pile, dropping the public safety equipment specialist down to a DPW labor with CDL is about $18,000 decrease. That will cover the raises that we're seeking for the other three positions. So really no cost to the city or the city's budget or effect. Probably a little bit. I know Julie and I have had some conversations with pension and maybe insurance. Julie, maybe you could shed some more light on that, but otherwise it's the right thing to do. And we have to stay competitive, as you guys know. There are right now departments offering clerks, dispatchers, trying to outdo us to basically steal them away. And that's true. You can ask, I think Julie will tell you the same thing.
It's essentially a push. I mean, we balance the budget throughout the course of the year by delaying and deferring hires and those kinds of things. So it does fit within the budget, and the active management that happens within the budget on an annual basis.
Could hire a single person as opposed to a family, and that'll mess up all your guesses. I thought John did a lot more than
So we should be careful just to talk about positions and everything as opposed to.
that position. I thought did a lot of mechanical things.
It's been a valuable position over the course of time, I think, and at this point.
You'll be able to hire someone, I guess, is my question.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
to fill those needs.
Really, there's nothing mechanical. It was done by DPW or Ford. And I'm not gonna get into the reasons why. Maybe someone came before you years back and asked for an increase, but, John does a lot of running around, a lot of shuttling. And that man, I talked to him before this. He's well aware, not to diminish his job or what he's done for the city. So that conversation I've had.
I mean, John has served us beautifully over the course of time. He's responsible for hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably in cost savings to the city. But I think we can be more efficient and utilize some of the DPW folks too in some of those positions, right? Along with the part-time.
Essentially, that's why I'm here, is because it's more in tune, in line.
And the whole thing about, I'm glad Chief Johnson brought up about background investigators. I used to do that for another department, and it's a cost-cutting measure, a cost-saving measure. You know, instead of having full-time detectives, you have retired people or whatever work on a part-time basis to do backgrounds. And it's a very important position, and I'm glad we're doing that because it saves detectives time to go out and knock on doors and find out who these people are that are applying for a job. And we used to always say that the background investigation is the most important investigation you will ever do.
It is?
And there is some truth to that. I mean, really, used to be our mantra there that it is. It's when you really think about it, because if you screw up on your background, then you're going to might hire somebody that would be turn out to be bad for you and reflect on the whole department. So.
And on top of the backgrounds, he also does delayed retail theft reporting, which in itself, again, saves patrolmen going over to the store, taking the complaint, trying to do that follow-up. We are so fortunate to have who we have in that position, that I will tell you.
Again, it's the positions, right? So.
Can I make a motion to approve item 3, 4, 5, 6?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Item 7, discussion and decision to approve a Community Development Block Grant, CDBG Award for Health Department clinic improvements.
So this might be a little bit premature, but our interim health director, Abby, couldn't make it here this evening. She had some family issues to deal with. Did you guys miss something? Do you need to do something? You're looking like we didn't do that.
No, he just wanted to know that's, because, no, it's okay. We just asked.
So it's all passed. So it'll go to the common council meeting, which will make it effective, and then all of the effective dates are in May 1st, right? So. No, well, you're staring at me going, well, what does that mean? What happened, you know? You could speak some more and screw it up if you want to. Just kidding. That was a joke.
He just really said he liked your shirt.
It is a nice shirt. I got it at Cabela's. It was on clearance.
No,
And I had like a gift card from someone, so it was even more special, because I got 3 of them for the price of usually 2, so.
Since we have that history, we were talking about that. I was asking about the logo behind it, and Jay said somebody made it out of it. I think.
So the logo itself came from Gina at Classic Lanes. She did this, she donated this to the city, as well as the light,
Light for something?
the Honor Flight. There's an Honor Flight logo in the hallway. So if you see Gina, thank her for that, because she was responsible for that. She did that, I think, after her father was on the flight. The
I'm probably not at the right time. I do need to talk to you about that, though.
You should talk to her about that, okay.
The-
So,
The front of the building.
Okay.
yeah, so, I mean, I'm sorry. No, we're on this one, and we were talking about Abby and Health Director, right?
Yeah.
And not being here this evening, so this is a little bit premature. You're on item 7. She
Yeah.
couldn't be here this evening. She sent everyone an email. She sent me an email. I don't know if you guys got that.
We got it.
So it's premature. We're looking for is the community block grant program, which we partake in. The county is our conduit for that, has additional funds this year, and she is seeking some of those funds to do upgrades within the health department, which is like flooring and counter stuff and to enhance service. But we need to apply for, and she's essentially asking for permission to do that. The plans themselves with regard to what things cost and how to all be put together is really contingent on whether or not we get the money. So that's all that is for that.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Discussion?
Just quickly under discussion, I know that the health board has been working on scheduling interviews for a candidate or two, I think 2 candidates for the permanent health director position. It's incredibly important that those interviews start happening. This kind of stuff, we need to get that going, right?
Continuity sometimes is good.
Huh?
Continuity is,
Continuity is incredibly important, and I know that we've been working, and I guess it's been a challenge, at least at this point, to get those things scheduled. I'm not sure what, but we need to get those going if we can. It's a volunteer board, right? So I understand the difficulty, but we need to get that going.
Okay, so there are no,
we voted.
no, did we? Okay. Item,
There's a motion and a second.
yeah, all
Yay.
those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 8, approve fund transfer of $30,000 from reserves for truck purchases.
John is here to
Oh.
answer all your questions. This is essentially to cover the cost of fitting the trucks, and because some of that equipment's got more expensive since the original budget was passed. Fair statement?
Exactly, yeah. In the 2023 adopted budget, we have 3 vehicles scheduled for replacement. Once we started getting quotes for those vehicles, the costs are higher than our budgeted amount, and there's also some equipment we have to mount on those trucks. Tommy lift gates on both of them, and then a stake bed body for the other one. We support elections with that other truck. The transit van that's in there, that's used for building maintenance every day, and then utility locating around the city. That van has over 230,000 miles on it. So it is a little bit more than the scheduled cost of the difference of $17,000, but to be honest with you, any monies that we don't use will go back, and I don't want to have to come and ask twice. So that's the reason I'm asking for $30,000, just to get it done with strobe lights, backup alarms, things like that that we put on in DPW as well.
It's all subject to competitiveness, so they're not gonna go to somebody, oh, we have 30 now, let's go spend
No,
30.
no.
This is just to make sure that when we do order the stuff, after going through the appropriate bidding process.
Right.
That, okay?
They go to order it, they actually can order it, they don't have to come back here, it'd be a
Right.
pain in the butt. Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thanks. Item 9, discussion and decision to enter into an agreement between the State of Wisconsin Department of Administration and the city to participate in the Wisconsin Help for Homeowners Program Homeowners Assistance Fund Program, WHHHAF. Ms. Schaefer.
Good evening. The state reached out to us. This would cover residents and assist with making their tax payments for the current year and future years. And then also, they're working with the Milwaukee County for any past due taxes that are due.
Yeah, I mean, so in many respects, it doesn't matter to us. If someone doesn't pay their taxes, the county generally makes us whole. But this is a program that allows folks to not miss their taxes. Remember a few months ago, we had the sewer and water program. This is another one of those kinds of programs. In essence, it's a push for us. It doesn't really cost us any more to administer. But our participation kind of saves us the step, I guess, later of recovering dollars from Milwaukee County for taxes that someone had a difficult time paying. Is that a fair statement?
Fair statement.
I would encourage.
Potentially, it could prevent a house to becoming blighted.
It could prevent houses from becoming blighted, absolutely.
Not maintained because they have other, gotcha. Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 10, discussion and decision to establish the 2023 sewer service rates as proposed in the 2023 budget.
Motion to approve.
So again, this is probably the third or fourth time that you've kind of gone through this. The Board of Public Works usually goes through this. We usually go through it during the budget, right? Our budget is set based on these rates. This is the formality of setting those rates.
And it's described in the minutes or whatever, so.
It's described in-
You can read it.
You can
And I
read
did.
all of it if you want, or we can discuss it.
No, that's okay. I made a motion.
Second. You second.
I did.
Bruce Bailey. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 11, approval of schedules of disbursements in the amount of $1,684,817.32.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 12, approval of mileage reimbursements in the amount of $974.21.
I make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 13, investments and reinvestments for February 2023.
I'll make a motion to approve as directed.
Second.
Second.
Discussion? I second it. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item 14, items for future agenda.
I don't have anything at this point, except the audit will be coming at the end of, probably the beginning of April is when we'll have Wendy here to discuss how she won't? No? June or July. June or July, really? June. Shoot for June. But the audit will be completed by the end of March-ish, right?
We'll have numbers, it's just formality.
Okay, no items. Item 15,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. The meeting is adjourned at 6:20 PM.
We're making a lot of money.